Well, I always knew I was comfortable in this town. We're in Texas, small little town. You know you're gonna feel comfortable in this town when it's just full of your people. This Canadian is in Canadian Texas. Well, just stopped in Canadian to check the load out. We are nowhere near where I left off the last video. We've been, man, guy pulls over once and now everybody in the town decides to drive by. What's this woman gonna do? Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead. Yep. But you never seen a Canadian in Canadian before? Jeez. I'm one of you. I'm a Canadian. You're a Canadian Texan. Yeah, I got the high five. Anyway. Oh, where'd we leave off? I had them Transformers that I took down to Midland, Texas, and that went good. It went good. Unloaded, everybody was happy. And actually, I just want to make a comment here. A fellow named Ron Calley, he commented on that video there, but for some reason it won't let me reply to you. Hopefully you're watching this video. He had said that it looks like those Transformers might be going to a substation or a plant or something. And actually, no, that was a good guess, but no, they're actually used in the oil patch. Because all these new drilling rigs, they got so much electronics to them and such big generators, portable generators that they have to run these things, that they actually have transformers in attached. Like, they're basically their own little city. So they have transformers that they also transport with these generators to do what transformers do, and then send all the power to all the places. And then if there is a short, they don't totally destroy all the computer systems and all that stuff, right? But that is what those ones are used for. More of a mobile application, more for drilling rigs, offshore, that sort of thing. Anyway, so Ron, I couldn't, it wouldn't let me reply to you on the tubes there, so this is me replying to you. But thanks for the comment. Thanks for watching. So yeah, unloaded those. Oh geez, man, I zipped down there. Old Leadfoot Louie here. I just flew down there. Unloaded Monday morning and went and waited. Around here, our dispatch, he doesn't get in till about noon. Then he works till 9, 10 at night. Because all the freight comes in during the day, right? From all these locations, and then as his day is progressing, he's putting together the loads for the guys, the LTL loads, and where it would fit on each guy to ship it out that night. And there's no sense being there first thing in the morning when you're going to be working till late at night, making sure these guys get out and the freight gets on the right trucks and all that stuff, right? I'm just stopped at a red light camera here. One of these single lane things. There's lots of this stuff going on these days. See? I don't know if you can see that or not. All the traffic's coming this way, so it's just about our turn. So then he got in. It was nice. I got to relax. Actually, it's a nice week in Texas. the humidity is way down, which is nice. So therefore, when it's in the mid-90s, you're not stifling. You're not just sweating standing there. So I was able to just sit in the... I actually went to a truck stop. I try to stay away from those. And this Pilot truck stop in Midland, oh my lord. Like, they did not plan for the Midland, Odessa area and all the infrastructure to take off like it has. Like, it is just a zoo. Like, literally a zoo. Driving in there Sunday night, I'm like, I don't think there's any high-rises in Midland, is there? I don't think so. All you see is lights, right? Tall lights. And this is like in the city limits. And then as they get closer and closer, I'm like, no, those are drilling rigs. Like right next to a neighborhood. Like, what the heck? That reminds me of a trip to California we did with my family. And we decided to go Huntington Beach. We went to the pier, and then we decided to walk through the neighborhood and just see how the Californians live, you know. Small town Alberta people, and we wanted to just see what it's like big city living. And you're walking down the block, and you walk past like a little 6-unit apartment building, and then there's a pump jack right in between another apartment building. And you're just like, okay. You don't see that too often. Anyway. So then he says, yeah, there's nothing in Midland. Because Midland is more of a... Stuff goes there because they're a consumable place. They're just doing a lot of exploring, a lot of drilling. So, but not much manufacturing, right? The only thing they're manufacturing is oil. And that's going on pipelines or trucks. So, there's not much there to ship out unless it's tools to be repaired, to ship them somewhere else. Or, you know what I mean. So, being a Monday, there was nothing there. So he said, you might as well zip into Houston and be ready for Tuesday night freight day. So that's what I did. You know, it's funny you say zip into Houston. I mean, it was 7 hours. Just a little zip into Houston, you know, from Midland. 7-hour trek. Well, that's okay. I went slow, conserved the fuel, and yeah, didn't cost me much to bobtail, and then bobtail to get a load, or not bobtail, run empty to get a load, right? So then last night it was good. We were at the terminal. I was able to hang out with some guys, and we went for breakfast yesterday morning. Hung out, and then yeah, freight's a little slow. She's a little slow. That Houston terminal was just hopping before, but she's a little slower these days. But they're able to give me some freight to head north with, so it's not a lot, but I'll take it. Got 26,000 pounds of stuff, and yeah, we'll take it north. Up into Alberta. They said I might have some more to pick up in Casper, and they might want me to go to North Dakota still too. So, like I said, always a mystery. When I know, you'll know, but you'll probably know before I know, because somebody always knows before I know. Because then I get a call and say, don't you know? I'm like, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, I'll show you what I got. Hold on. Well, we've come to a stop. This is it for the day. I started early today. Started at 3 in the morning. Yeah, so I'm tuckered. So I'll show you what I got here. It's probably gonna change. I got a feeling. They said don't take it, but I took it. Nah, just kidding. Somebody put that on there. I don't have the tarp over that because it's a steel crate. I just used the little guy to go over a bunch of cardboard boxes. So crate, and actually most of these look like this one. Just a couple of them are cardboard crates. But yeah, just crates, cardboard boxes like this one. See in there? Just a skid of cardboard boxes and up in there. And then we got some collars, got some elevators. Look up elevators for service rig and you'll see what those for. They hook onto the pipe and then the top drive pulls it up out of the whole string, and then they put a gripper into the floor to stop the pipe from falling back down, and then they undo the pipe. Then the derrick hand puts it off into a rack, and then those elevators come back down, grab the pipe, and lift it all up again. Yeah, it's pretty neat. If you guys ever wanted to go check out a drilling rig in action, I'm sure they have it on the YouTubers, right? Yeah, it's running with the middle axle up. I gotta show you something though. This is the risk you take with recaps. I don't know if you can see. I can't see nothing. Got a little bit of a glare on you guys here. But look at this tire. I don't know if you can see this tire or not. She's got a couple wows in it. Right there. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that. Take my word for it. And then it's just making everything all... It's not rolling very nice, so... what do we got here? So this is the risk I took. This is a Siloon casing. So yeah, Chinese casings, you always run the risk of not getting a good cap on them. Some of them do not too bad. That wind power I had that I changed out, I did two. Well, I guess 1.5. I don't know if you remember, but I did 1.5 recaps on it. Remember that was the one where I found that big bulge out of the sidewall? That was a Chinese tire. It did alright. But this could also be the cap. So we'll just we'll scrap that when we get home. I got these big cigars on the back end. Look at that thing. That's not heavy at all, is it? No, not at all. And then this big crate here. Look at this crate. And then look what we got. There's one tool in that thing. Another big cigar. A couple little cigars up there. Got some channel. Rocket launcher for a pickup truck or something like it. Anyway. You put it on a pallet, we'll haul it. Actually, you don't even need to be on a pallet. We'll take whatever you got. If your kids are pissing you off already because they're in school, send them my way. We'll strap them down, put them under a tarp. We'll take them on a trip across the country. Then they'll be better. They'll learn something. That's it. So, where am I? Well, I'm on a nice quiet street. Nobody hardly comes down here. I mean, nobody goes to the IHOP. Nobody's going to Applebee's. But I'm in this town, and this town is a lot like Canada. Actually, it's named after the government in Canada. So, you know, as soon as I got in here, it felt like somebody wanted to take all my money and give it to the neighbor. Actually, it wasn't even the neighbor. They wanted to give it to the guy that's about 10 doors down from me on my block. Actually, he's not even on my block. He's in the next town over. That's what our government just did. $5 billion to Romania to build nuclear power plants in Romania for Romania to further help along the world order of becoming weeding ourselves off fossil fuels. Hey, that's all fine and dandy. That's all fine and dandy. But when the people in your own country could definitely use that money on roads. I mean, our Cross Canada Highway, our main thoroughfare, all the way from one side of Canada to the other, isn't even 4 lanes. You know, you could use some money there. You know, it'd be, I can see why his wife left him, you know. Or whoever came up with this cockamamie idea of giving Romania money for their Romanian nuclear power plants that'll help Canada zero. But, you know, if I came home and said, hey, hon, I'm going to give Steve 5 doors down there. She goes, Steve? Yeah, Steve, you know, you met Steve? No, I've never met Steve. Oh, does Steve even speak English? No, Steve doesn't speak English, but we have an understanding. He's going to look after that end, and he'll help me out if I ever need something. I'm going to give him $10,000 so he can put in one of these newfangled furnaces that are power efficient furnaces in his house. You know, just so he can help him out with his bills and stuff, you know. And, you know, how would that go over? That wouldn't go over too well around my house, and it definitely probably wouldn't go over too well around your houses, and it probably wasn't going around too well at his house, and that's why she left him. So, oh well. That's all I got to say about that. You can definitely drive yourself nuts thinking about some of the leaders we have in the world these days. Anyway, we'll just keep trucking, and we'll just keep positive attitude, and you, me, and Joe Dirt, and everybody in between, we'll still be nice to each other, and we'll do our part to keep our countries rolling, right? All right, I'm doing my part. Buying lots of fuel, spending money, paying taxes, earning revenue, and yeah. Good evening, good night, sayonara from Liberal, Kansas. See what I did there? Liberal government, Liberal, Kansas. Bye for now.